Hello and welcome to another episode of Rising Tides, where we talk with the change makers, the people who make a strong impact on this society. With me, Himanshu Tyagi. Today, we have with us an Indian model life coach, influencer, and an advocate for mental health. She's the first Indian to receive the title of Miss World International Ambassador 2022 in Miami, Florida. Let's welcome Miss Priya Paramita Paul.
When you are really in an extreme condition, like you are very depressed, or you are suicidal, or people think you if you are mad, not like normal, is when you have a mental health, and we tell mental health as an issue. But actually mental health is not an issue is when it goes to a extreme situation. I know there are many people who talk about it, who acknowledge that there is a mental health issue in others, they don't accept in themselves. I almost felt that I'm going to die because there's no other hope to it. And I started searching that how can I get magic? How can I learn magic? And when I started browsing is when I got to know that there is something called Reiki healing. In the workshop, if I learn that it is true, then I'm going to apply. And if it is not true, then I know I'm going to die. If you heal yourself, if you make yourself positive, is when the world around you becomes positive.
How are you doing, Priyaji?
I'm doing great and I'm very excited to talk to everyone, or to all my audience.
Wonderful. So let's start. The first question that I have for you is what exactly is that you currently doing?
I'm doing a lot of things. I'm balancing between my IT job with conducting workshops and about mental health and trying to take counseling sessions, as well as another hobby, which is modeling.
Oh, wonderful. You're wearing many hats right now. In IT, what exactly are you doing in IT then?
I'm a project manager in an IT company.
Oh, wonderful. So you're a project manager in IT company and you are modeling as well as you're taking sessions and seminars for mental health.
Yes.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Could you shed a little light on that? How are you exactly managing all these things?
I truly believe that, if you know how to balance your time,
Mhm.
how to make an convincing output, especially to my company, right? If the output is right, if the performance is right, they just start supporting. So during my non-working hours, I do workshops and seminars, weekends, especially my workshops that happens. Apart from that, whenever I get time, I do my modeling. So that's how I manage.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, talking a bit more about mental health, we all understand it very well nowadays. People have started talking about it a bit, not too much, I would say, right? Uh, it is still somewhat in many aspect, people still consider it a taboo to talk about mental health or even accept the fact that some issue is going on, right? So, what would you say about it?
You truly said that, even I used to think it's an issue like long back when I didn't know about it. It always
Mhm.
feels that, when you are really in an extreme condition, like you are very depressed, or you are suicidal, or, people think you if you are mad, not like normal, is when you have a mental health, and we tell mental health as an issue. But
Mhm.
actually mental health is not an issue is when it goes to a extreme situation. But mental health is a way of life, like how we have to maintain our physical health, like we have to eat well, sleep well, go for exercise. So this is similar, that we have to keep our mind healthy, and that's what is called as mental health.
All right. But how do we make that change in the society? How do we make the people believe that it's as normal to talk about mental health as it's talking about a normal fever or an infection? It can happen to anyone.
Yeah. Himanshu, I'll not lie to you. I know the journey is long.
Right.
It will take quite a lot of time for people to really adapt to it. I know there are many people who talk about it, who, acknowledge that there is a mental health issue in others. They don't accept in themselves. So it's a long journey. And that's why you and I, and there are several people who are there here to spread awareness that mental health is not an issue. It's just a way of life. It's a normal thing. Like I also make sure that I am mentally healthy every day. I also do all the practices that I teach to my students or my clients. So it is not an issue, and we are the one who have to make sure this is accepted in the society.
आफ्टर लिसनिंग टू दिस एक कबीर का दोहा मुझे याद आ गया. आपने
Yeah.
सुना होगा, बुरा जो देखन मैं चला बुरा ना मिलिया कोई, जो मन खोजा
Ah,
आपना मुझसे बुरा ना कोई.
exactly,
So we have to
exactly.
first look into ourselves, who we are and where we stand. Then we get any. Then also, actually, we do not get any right to point anything to others. But still,
Yeah,
it's we can only make ourselves better,
right.
right? Any mental health practices that you would like to share with our audience?
Sure. So there are three prime. I have done a lot of modalities. Out of that, three primary things that I do. One is Reiki healing. I'm a Reiki grandmaster. I
Mhm.
practice Reiki, balance my chakra, make sure my emotional and physical balance. Physically, I am balanced. Second is access consciousness. Access consciousness. It is again. It is found in USA. There is a therapy called access bars therapy. Through
Mhm.
that therapy, this is like a 1 hour of therapy. That is when we touch several points on our head. That points are related to several aspects of your our life. So access consciousness is what I practice every day. And the last thing is positivity, affirmation, shamanism. So these are the few things that I practice on myself, and I also use this to help my clients and the students.
Great, great, great. So, Priya, who you are today has a lot to do with your past. So, how did your past shape you and made you a stronger person and who you are today?
Yes. So in 2016 is the year I say that I had taken a rebirth from my life, and that was the darkest year and the day and the year where I was born. I was in a phase where my ex-husband, he left me mentally traumatized, and because of that I had lost my job because I was not performing well. I had tried, listening to others, go do some puja and try to go to some jyotish, some astrologies, lot of things that many of us, listen
Mhm.
to and try to fix it. So I've tried all of that, and unfortunately, nothing happened. And when I lost my job, I didn't had money also to, do all these things to get my husband, and I was in a deadlock situation. And that time my mind was so depressed that I was not in a position to sit through, apply for even a job. I was like a dead vegetable, I would say, right? And I almost felt that I'm going to die because there's no other hope to it. And then suddenly I was watching a series, Vampire Diaries, and there is
Mhm.
a character called Bonnie. And I saw that she is creating magic. And I felt that I think magic can save my life if it really exists. And it's not like a frictional thing in TV. And I started searching that how can I get magic? How can I learn magic? And when I started browsing is when I got to know that there is something called Reiki healing. And I just decided that, I'm going to go for this workshop because in the workshop, if I learn that it is true, then I'm going to apply. And if it is not true, then I know I'm going to die. So that was like a last shot of my life. And I went there, and the workshop was really amazing. I mean, they taught how to, it is a simple term. It's like if you heal yourself, if you make yourself positive, is when the world around you becomes positive. And I was very excited. I came back and I started applying all the things that I've learned in my life. And within 14 days, I got my first interview call and I cracked the interview. And for me, it was a magical, because from so many months, a person who couldn't even sit in front of the computer to apply for a job, she cracks it within 14 days. And this is magic. And
Indeed.
that's all. That's all. That's my birth. And I decided that I'm going to explore this topic a lot and try to find out everything. So any modality, anything came in, I just started, practicing and learning all that and applying for my life. And there is no looking back for.
Wow. Wow. It must have been a very difficult situation from where you have come in. And I am aware that if you come out from a difficult situation, you come out way stronger than you were before.
I
I
I
can,
I agree with that.
yeah, I can
I agree
feel
to it.
that aura, the power, the confidence coming in from you. That you are absolutely confident about anything and everything right now, and that is truly inspirational, and that is truly inspirational for a lot of people out there.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, any message that you'd like to give to our viewers?
So there is one thing which I always tell to myself, even now when I see, I'm not in a good shape. I always say ki never give up, never give in, never quit. Because there is always a way. And to find a way, reach out to right people. Like when I did not find a way, I I did not reach out to people, but I started applying my thought in a positive way, not in a negative way. So before even giving up, please understand that life is not just what you think about. Life is beyond, and you can just explore and all. And there's just a one life. Don't lose your life for all these things.
Thank you so much for giving us this message and your time today. I hope there are a lot of people who are going to watch this video and probably get to know a little bit more about you. And if anyone is feeling low and depressed, will find that pinch of motivation and probably start thinking positive for themselves and in their life. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. Bye.
Bye bye.